Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be telling you guys about the online chess community. Just an FYI, I'm going to say chess and online chess interchangeably, but if I say chess, I mean online chess. Um, there's a long story of how I got into online chess, but I'll save you guys some time and just say that I got bored at work over the summer. I also know that some people might think that chess is
boring.
but some people might think that chess is
Awesome!
so I'm going to tell you either way. It's my YouTube channel. I also think that most of you guys know a little bit about chess, so it might be a little bit interesting. Um, there are many aspects to online chess that I could talk about, but I'm going to focus on the language and the space. I'll also be talking about how these two things show the values of the online chess community. So let's get into the language of the online chess community. So let's get into the language of the online chess community. First, I'm going to tell you guys about some of the strategies and tactics that online chess players use in the game. The first tactic is called a fork or a double attack. This is where a piece is attacking two pieces at the same time. In this case, the pawn is attacking both the bishop and the knight, or horse, or whatever you want to call it. The next trick is called a pin. This is when a piece is stuck in place or pinned, because if you move the piece, you're leaving a valuable piece vulnerable. In this instance, the bishop is pinning the knight because the knight moves, then the king is in check. Most online chess players try to avoid these two tactics because they'll end up blundering or losing a hanging piece. Blundering means losing a piece without taking back another piece, so you can trade pieces, and that means if you take someone else's pieces, they're going to take one of your piece back. But if you blunder, that means that you take someone else's piece and they don't take your other piece back. Hanging or loose piece means that a piece is undefended. And these are pretty simple terms to learn, but if you don't play chess, then you wouldn't really know about these things. There are also plenty more terms that I could have talked about, but I kind of need to move on. This ties into what I'm going to talk about later with Gramsci in his article on intellectuals. This type of language shows how there are organic intellectuals within the online chess community. The language also shows one of the values of the online chess community, which is knowledge of the game. There wouldn't be so many terms and like sayings that are used if the community didn't value it. The next part of language that I want to talk about is check and checkmate. You guys have probably heard about these before, but this is when the king is under attack. The king has to try and get out of check and continue to try and attack its opponent, but oftentimes the opponent will be able to checkmate the king and end the game. This shows how the community values respect. I think that check and checkmate is a way to show respect in the online chess community because it's allowing the other person to know that they are under attack and that they can potentially lose.
Checkmate.
Always thinking 2 moves ahead.
One last aspect of the language I want to talk about is called theory. Chess has been around for hundreds, thousands of years, and so there's been a lot of chess games played, and a lot of history surrounding chess. Theory is basically when someone follows a strategy or a series of moves that someone has done in the past. And when a chess game starts, people can follow opening theory, and then they can, in the mid-game, they can use mid-game theory, and then at the end of the game, they can use end-game theory. And so this shows how the chess community values like the history of chess and the fact that chess is like an ever-changing game. The online chess community values the history of the game because they are using strategies that have been developed for many, many years, and they're also they're keeping in mind that the game is always changing and that there's new strategies forming just because so many games are being played. Now I want to transition into the space of the online chess community. There really isn't a physical space since the community is online, so I thought I would show the layout of the app that I use to play online chess. So I play online chess on an app called chess.com, and this is kind of like the really specific community that I'm looking on. Like, there's definitely other apps that can let you play online chess, but I just thought that I'd choose this one. Anyways, the app has a lot of cool features that you can use to do certain things. This is what you'll see when you open up the app. As you can see, I've boxed or circled some important parts of the homepage. The first thing that I want to look at is the puzzles. These are little mini games that you can play every day to sharpen your skills and senses. And the puzzles have to deal with choosing the best move. I'll show you guys an example. The puzzles are based on your skills, so it gets harder the more you practice, and this part of the app shows how the online chess community values thinking outside the box. You're probably never going to see the setup of the puzzles in an actual game of chess, but it's still fun to think outside the box and test your skills and try to solve these puzzles. So the next part of the space I want to talk about is the lessons. There are different videos that teach you about chess, and it's a good way to get a foundation for chess and just like to start playing chess. There are a couple other ways to increase your knowledge about chess, but this is the first place that you should probably start. This shows how the community values improvement and gaining knowledge, and also just like welcoming other people into the community. There's always something to learn about chess, and you can always get better, and even if you're a beginner, it doesn't matter. Like, there's always like building blocks to getting better at chess. Now let's look and see where the 3 lines take us. I kind of just wanted to show you guys the variety that the app has to offer. For example, there's play, puzzles, lessons, videos, computer stats and drills, and a bunch of other stuff. And I chose to highlight these things just kind of to show it off. But overall, all of these things relate to chess, and I think it shows how the online chess community values like being multi-faceted, like having a lot of different aspects. The app could just be playing chess 1v1, but the app like has a bunch of different options and a bunch of different things that people can do, and I think it just shows how the community values like being like a well-rounded person as well as like a well-rounded app. The final area of the app that I want to point out is where you go when you click the new game button. There's a lot of things to do when you play online chess, such as starting challenges, starting new games, and entering tournaments. This shows how the online chess community values competition. There are plenty of ways for people to compete on the app, whether it be against other people or against the computer. And now I'm going to connect the online chess community to the readings we've done over the past couple of weeks. So for Gramsci on intellectuals, as I said before, like chess is kind of shows how there's organic intellectuals. So chess players aren't going to be chess players don't have to be the smartest people or the most intellectual people, like based on the way society says they are, but chess players like know a lot about chess, and that is how they're organic intellectuals. Like not everyone is going to know these things, and that's kind of just what makes them organic intellectuals. And this can also relate to key nerds, candy girls, and Sista ciphers, because the lingo of chess players, like the terminology, not everyone's going to know that either, so they kind of have like a secret language that they can speak in. I also wanted to relate it to Reynolds reading landscapes, because you can kind of tell where each type of person will be going on the app. So the people that want to be entertained are going to go to the watch chess section of the app, and then the people that want to learn more about chess will be going to the lessons, and then the people that just want to have fun or play casually will play with their friends or just do like regular quick matches. So people fit into their places, and it might feel odd or different for them if they venture off into somewhere else in the app. So, for instance, if a person normally just watches chess for fun, they might not know what to do if they try to go to the puzzle section of the app. And so I think that's all the time I have for now, but I guess I'll say if you really want to play chess with me, you can download the app and add me as a friend. It'll pop up on the screen. You don't have to, but if you want to. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something somewhat interesting, and I'll see you guys next time.